It's April 17th and all of the tadpoles have hatched, or at least all the ones that are going to hatch. And right now they're just still growing and eating their egg casing, and you can see them, they're wiggling around, I guess, to just build some muscle so they can start swimming. You can see that they're starting to form a head and a body. You can see that pretty clearly. Some of them look white because that's just their underside and they've turned over, but they're fine. It's one day later, April 18th, and a lot of them have just come off of their little clump over here. All that black is just a ton of tadpoles that have hatched. One day later, April 18th, and a lot of them have just come off of their little clump over here. All that black is just a ton of tadpoles that have hatched, and a lot are still eating and just strengthening up. As you can see, their swimming is pretty erratic right now because they don't have that much control. But they are starting to swim. You can see that one right there. Right now, if they were out in the wild, they'd be pretty vulnerable because they're not very fast, and, well, as you can see, they're pretty noticeable when they swim. So any fish could just come up and nab one. But a lot of them are just staying still, I guess trying to eat. Trying to get up the strength to start swimming. The strands of toad eggs have just turned into a glob. No longer little strands. And there are a few that have managed to make their way up towards the surface of the water. Like that one. And just hung on to the little plant life. I think once they get big enough to eat all that little algae, I think they will. So they'll kind of clean the place up a bit. See, most of them are like that one. They'll just swim around in circles for a little bit and then just kind of sink to the bottom. It's April 19th. I just threw some boiled lettuce in for the tadpoles because they need something to eat right after they come off their little egg casing. Just boil the lettuce for about 10 minutes and that'll make it soft enough for them to chew. So you can see I spread it throughout the tank so that they can get some. And they're starting to really be able to swim now with control. It's April 22nd, Earth Day right now. And the tadpoles are really starting to move around and kind of check out their place. And really starting to get some form to them. About 95 or maybe 98% have come off of their little egg blob thing. You can see a ton are up here in the shallows. That water is probably, well, it's just about as deep as they are thick. We'll say that. And they're starting to eat the lettuce. Some of them are. The others should catch on pretty soon. I haven't seen many dead ones, or any dead ones actually. I think there are actually probably over 250 here, but there are too many, so we're gonna have to let some of them go sometime soon. And they're doing fine. And the tadpoles are really ravenous eaters right now. They're all getting bigger, as you can see. And all that green stuff is poop. So I'm going to have to clean it up pretty soon. That leaf of lettuce I put in this morning along with that one and that one. You can see that they've pretty much demolished those two. So they're really starting to grow. They're even eating the white parts of the lettuce, which is made up pretty much of cellulose, and that's pretty much it. So I guess they can break down cellulose and turn it into sugar, which is pretty useful for them. And there's a little deformed one right there. I'm not sure how he's going to turn out, but we'll see. Last year and the years before, we've had ones with kind of little bubbles on the side of their head. And we thought that they might die, but they do fine. The bubbles just kind of go away after a while. But I haven't seen one like that before. So we'll see what happens. By now, all of the tadpoles are totally mobile, so they can go anywhere they want right now with not much effort. I like to think of them as tiny little piranhas.
the way they eat this lettuce. So before you try to raise tadpoles, you want to make sure you have a nice supply of lettuce. Otherwise, you don't want to run into a situation where you don't have any food for them. So they need food pretty much constantly.